Hello everybody and welcome back to a video today. Today we are back for the first time for review in like months after months. So today, as you can see and as you've seen in the little intro of my little, I hope you guys enjoying this little cinematic opening of these guys. We have the Transformers Legacy United 5-pack. This is the first toys out of the United line that I have except for Autobot Chase. And I just can't quite take them out because a lot of them are 86 bots just like Hound and Jazz. And I just love those molds and I couldn't wait to get my hands on them. So today we're going to be looking at them. We will not be looking at the transformations for them all because it's just too much for me to do in this one video. But we're going to look at all of them, the robots modes, and everything that's just great about them in general. So let's get right into the video by unpackaging them with the scissors. Because, well, that's the fun part, isn't it? Let's get right into it. Okay, finally got them all out of the packaging, all the accessories on them, and oh my goodness, do they look good. And the camera does not do it justice. They look absolutely beautiful. They're the best looking G1 Transformers I have right now in my collection. The paint is so nice and crisp. It's just so vibrant and it's just so fluid too. They're just such good figures, and they're all so nice and tight. Their joints aren't loose at all. Trailbreaker, that's the one that I was looking forward to the most for my series. That if you go on my Patreon, you will see a free, not a free, I guess you gotta buy the $1 pass to get early access to one of the scenes, and it looks good because the cast thinks it looks great too. But anyways, back to the review. Yeah, Trailbreaker has a bit of in his backpack, it's hard to plug in, but it's not too bad at all. But just looking at these guys here, they look amazing, and I just can't wait to get into looking at them more in depth. So, just looking at these guys, they're going to be so fun to animate with, because that's purely what I buy these guys for, is to animate with them, to make stories, and just do fun things with them. And when they're nice and tight and their joints aren't bad and their posing's not bad, it's so much nicer to be able to do that with. Just like Jazz, look at the posing that you can get off with these guys. It's absolutely nuts. So today we're going to show you each figure individually, and we're going to show you their counterpart if I have it, or a different mold mate, or just a comparison. So let's get right into it. Alright, so the first bot we're looking at is Autobot Hound. Yes, we are looking at Autobot Hound first, and just look at this beauty. Here in the back we got 3 of his mold mates, well, 2 that are actually Hound, and 1 is this Tritus. But just look at the difference between the coloring and just how nice and vibrant he is. He's just such a nicer tone, I find, and I just really like it. Normally I do like the darker tone with Siege Hound right here, and yes, they do look very similar. They are the same exact mold. There have been some changes of the mold, but not really any at all. That is major. Now, his actual mold mate, his thing that has not changed at all, is the Tritus. They are the exact same toy, just different characters, even basically the same head sculpt, same accessories. But either way, they both look amazing. He is a bit tighter than the Tritus. The Tritus is actually a decent figure for you guys who wants to pick him up. I haven't done a review on him because I don't know. I don't see a need to do a review on him. But let's talk about this guy right here. So he has lots of articulation. He is just nice and tight, and he's just really poseable. The only thing I have an issue is this is a little loose on his shoulder. I don't know why I won't push him any farther than I can get it. Is there? But besides that, I have no problems with them. So let's get into articulation, because we don't have as much time, because we have to get through 5 different figures. So first of all, we have like the cannon articulation. You can take it all. Also, we have head articulation. It goes side to side, up a little bit, but barely, and then down barely a little bit too, but not very much. And then his arm can go out to the side. His arm can go all around. His arm can detach to get some range of motion from here. He also has a waist joint to go back and forth, and he also has legs go up to here, which is not bad, for at least for Hound, and out to here, which is also great. And he has a very, very big back leg, and you all know this, I'm pretty sure, because you've all had a Siege Hound or you own Detritus, but I figured I'd just give the articulation. So here he is compared to Siege Original Hound, the darker tone of Hound. This is my favorite Siege Hound, but now this is my favorite Auto G1 Hound. So if you guys have been a fan of my channel for a while, you all know that I love Baby's Hound more than G1 Hound, but I still love G1 Hound. It's just him again, the non-dark or metallic colors, which is my least favorite one out of all 3 hounds that I have. And then here we have him with Detritus, which they look pretty good together. And I would be using him as a Decepticon just because I like to grow my Decepticon army. And yeah, so Hound is great. Now I'm going to show you a little bit of poses that you can do with Hound. Alright, next up we got Wheeljack. And this guy, oh, I think he's one of the best ones of this pack. I absolutely love the way Wheeljack looks. He looks so nice, and like the camera just doesn't do it justice how nice the white is on him and the baby blue. It just looks so perfect. And behind him we have 86 Ratchet 86 Ironhide, just as his like obviously his scientist in crime there. But here we have Wheeljack, and this is just so much better looking than the Earthrise one or the Siege one. He just looks so much better, and it's the same mold, but there's been little things that was changed up, like the head sculpt's changed a tiny bit, but he just looks so good. And getting this guy just makes me want to get the new Legacy Wheeljack even more, wanting his G1 appearance, which I probably won't get him because I got this guy, but it just makes me want him to get him so much more. So this guy has everything perfect besides the little legs. So I know at the start of the video I said they're not really loose, and they're not really loose, but like shaking it doesn't make it go, but like he is decently loose here in the legs, and hopefully I just need to move it around a bit more, but that's it. And he can pose very well. Like he does have posing, and like everything, like his arms are like nice and tight, and his head's nice and tight, and his waist joints nice and tight, but his legs are a bit on the looser side, which isn't great. But look at this, just look how nice he looks when you're just like in a pose. I just love the look of him, and this is definitely the favorite Wheeljack of G1, and like the whole Transformers. Like, it's just better than Rise of the Beast, better than Baby's, better than any verse there is of Transformers. Just the best Wheeljack in my opinion. So yeah, a comparison with him in Ratchet. Ratchet is also a great figure. If you haven't seen reviews of him, I would definitely go check him out. I don't have a review on him yet because I was a bit late to it, so yeah, but they look great together. You'll definitely be seeing these two featured in the Lost Autobots, which you can go, like, to be announced about 7 months ago, and it's still in production. Like I said earlier in the video, you can check the Patreon and see early access to it. But just look at these two. They look so good together, and I can't wait for you guys to see them side by side in the series. We also got him and Ironhide, which they look sick together. Ironhide's a bit loose now, so that's not great. Hopefully these guys won't loosen as much as these newer toys, but hopefully these guys won't loosen as fast as these guys, because these guys are really loose. I've only had them for a few months. But yeah, let's get some sick poses in with Wheeljack and move on to the next figure. And we next have Jazz. We have Autobot Jazz, and this guy is just looking freaking amazing. This guy just looks super nice and vibrant with the colors, and there's no complaints I have of how he looks. I have a couple complaints of his design, I guess you could say, but besides that, it's not bad at all. It's basically the same mold as 86 Jazz. I never had 86 Jazz, but it is the same mold. The only thing I don't like about this figure is these knees where they go like this when they because they don't, you gotta like kind of like hold, you gotta hold the back of the knee if you want them both to move, or if you just like grab the knee like you should be able to, it just goes like that. So it's not a very great connection, which is not amazing when you're paying $170 for these figures, but it is something that I can deal with. But just look at the face sculpt on this guy. It is amazing. It just looks so good. It's just so nicely painted, and the posability is unbelievably good as well, just like a Jazz figure should be. But this is my only problem, is these knees are super annoying. Like, these knees on this figure are not bad at all because they have the clip here, so why couldn't they just be like that here? I don't know. But this Jazz, both of these Jazzes look amazing together. This one's definitely my favorite because it is an Earth-made one, but I will definitely be using this one in the series as well because of the Cybertronian mode, and you will scan a different car, obviously. I'm giving too much away. And yeah, so they just both look super good together. That's my only complaint with Jazz is the knees. So for articulation, he has side-to-side head. Him and Wheeljack both have the same articulation, so that's why I didn't do Wheeljack articulation. All the way around, all the way out here. Nice waist joint. This comes up if you want it to come up. They go all the way around, which I don't know why you would want to, but it can. Knee goes up, the leg goes up to here, which is not as good as Hound, which is fine, but it also goes up to here. But if you like move this, it can go even higher. I don't know why you would want that, but it does. And it doesn't even go all the way out to here, which is, but he's not the most posable one in this, as you would think in this set, but he's definitely posable, and he's definitely super sick, and I cannot wait to animate with him. So yeah, these are just him comparison to his Buzzworthy counterpart, which they both look super sick. And I just love Jazz. He's definitely this is definitely one of my favorite designs. This is the Bay vs. Jazz, my definitely favorite designs. So yeah, let's get some poses in with Jazz, and we'll move on to the next character.
Yeah, you got it, Sunstreak!
Alright, now we're looking at Trailbreaker, and this Autobot Trailbreaker is just such a fan favorite of mine. I can't explain why. He barely showed up in the show, but I just love this figure. I love the design of him. Him and Hoist, so nice. And that's why I have 3 molds of them now, even though they're not the greatest. So, the first thing I can say about Trailbreaker is he looks very nice. I just love the look at him. He's like looking better than both of the ones in behind. And I just love the look of him, but he is still not as tight as I would like him to be. His joints are a bit loose. They're not as loose as these two in the back, because these two in the back are just super loose, and it sucks because I would love to animate as better like quality with them, but they're just so loose that it's hard to very much animate with them. But with him, he is very nice, and he is just like such his paint are so, it's just so nice. I love how they did the blue instead of the clear paint, the clear plastic, because it's just not as likely to break, and it's just so much nicer. So here we can take this off, or you put on the arm, whatever you would rather do. But we also have him here. So the only problem I have with Hoist here is his tabbing system. Like, he's tabbing, like I said at the start of the video. He's kind of loose here, and it's hard to get him. He's like more of a flat back character, unlike someone like Hoist over here, who has a nice like back. Like if you see what like if I'm doing something wrong here, put it in the comments. But I don't believe I am. This guy's not gonna stand up, is he? Oh, come on, Hoist. Oh, okay. But like, I don't love it, so I'd rather it be like this. But then it doesn't tab in, and then this goes in. That like, so it's actually really annoying to try to get like the right like fixture of where it's supposed to go. So that's my only problem with it, is like it's hard to get him like situated, but once you do, he does look very nice, and he's just like a very like, he's just a good character to have in your collection, I would say. So if you could get the 5-pack, I definitely get him. But like, this guy was my like main point of getting it, and yes, I am happy with it, but it could be a bit better in like for his like articulation and his posability, because this limits the posability a little bit. But he does have some, it's like he does have joints where that hold him up, like he can be held up without being held up. But I just would like it to be a bit more tighter and for it to be just a little bit more vibrant. But yeah, the comparisons with Hoist and Trailbreaker are very nice. They will be fighting along each other in the series. Yeah, so they look really nice together, and I definitely do prefer Trailbreaker over Hoist. Or yeah, I think that's his name, Hoist. I swear if I got that wrong that whole time. That would be so embarrassing. And then we have Hoist's other counterpart, this guy. So yeah, he looks super cool. This will just be a generic Autobot in the series. But yeah, for all these new characters, we are going to need voices for them. So if you're watching this and you're a nice voice actor, or you are a part of the cast already and see somebody you want a voice, let me know. Yeah, but he looks really nice, and I can't wait to start filming with this guy. Hopefully he does do a great job filming. And another thing I do love about all the figures for the Trailbreaker mold is that they have these, like, it looks like the weapons like emerge with their hand, which is something I would love to see more of in Transformers toys. Just like Autobot Chase over here has it, like with his little blade thingy is an emerge with his hand. It looks so much better than if they're just holding it. So that's cool. I really do like that with Trailbreaker. But we're gonna do some poses, as many as we can with him, and then we'll move on to the next figure. Okay, and now we have the last figure of the 5-pack, and is of course Sunstreaker. We have Autobot Sunstreaker here, and he absolutely looks great. I love the coloring on him. The camera would ever focus, there we go. And it's just so nice, so much better in person than it would be on the camera. But I just encourage you so much to get these figures because they're just so amazing. Even if you have the Kingdom or the Siege versions of them, they're just so worth buying again. Even if you wanted to keep the Siege or the Kingdom one, they're just to have them both would be great. But here we have Sunstreaker here, and he looks great. He feels great. He's definitely one of the best feeling, best like articulated figures of them all. Him and Hound and Wheeljack are definitely the best ones out of the whole group, but he has really good articulation, really good posability, and yeah, he's just super cool. He definitely has the most plain weapon out of the whole group, but that's okay. And behind me, we have some of the other counterparts of his mold that uses the same kind of things like Chase, and he's the same color, and Sideswipe's kind of like, he works with the Scout too, so that's why I brought them out. But yeah, he just looks super clean, and I just love the way he looks. I have not really much of a connection to Sunstreaker, but he definitely will appear at some point in the series of mine. And just like, just looking at him, it looks really super sick, and I just can't wait to animate with this guy, and it's gonna be such a blast to do. The posability for him is going to be his head articulates back and forth, up and down, mostly for the same thing for them all, because they're all deluxes. They all go, it goes out, all the way around, and then he has a nice waist joint, goes all the way around too. This leg, it goes up, but it's very stiff for some reason, so I don't want to go up anymore. And then it has a really stiff going back too. It goes probably back up to here. I don't want to put it that far just in case it breaks. And we also have this going out to the side. Excuse that bell, I don't know what that was from. And yeah, so this guy looks super sick, and he's just such a nice masterpiece. We also have Chase that goes with him that we can compare him to, and the size is pretty good. These two will definitely be in the same shot together at some point. Just sneak peek there, and yeah, they just look great together. We also here have him with drag strip right here, and they both look great together as well. And then same with him in Sideswipe. Look great with the colors. So I guess we do have a Sideswipe here though. His brother Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, so cool. Now if we can get into posing him, let's get right into that. Okay, in closing to this amazing review, I just want to say that I love each and every one of these figures. They're so very nice, and I would recommend it to everybody to buy a pack, if you can afford it. It is a hefty price of $60 Canadian, but it is fully worth it in my opinion. You're getting 5 Autobots, and just wrapping up on the review of the Autobot United Legacy 5 pack. They are definitely a solid 8 out of 10 for all the figures. For Hound and Sunstreaker and Wheeljack, I give them a 9. For Trailbreaker, I give him an 8. And for Jazz, I give him a solid 8.5. They're all just so nice and they're so crisp. And I would recommend it to each and every one of you that wants to grow your G1 collection, because they're definitely worth the price. And they will be definitely fun to animate with if you do stop motion. But that's it for today's video. We'll see you guys soon. We are starting up a series where we react to a bunch of other big stop motion creators like Panda Jack and Epicons, Annihilation, and Darkness Within, and we got full permission from them, so we cannot wait to get into sending that series off into a go. So that's going to conclude this video, and hope you enjoyed the video, because I know I enjoyed making it. For the first time in a while, it was a review with Formation Productions. See you in the next one. Peace.